Hello everyone, today I'm going to talk about the demonstrate of the RC formula using limit. Here's a function and here's a point called AFA. Now we are going to draw a second line using the preceding interval. We draw another point called A minus H, F A minus H. And we draw a second line crossing those 2 points. This second line, we are going to calculate the slope of this second line using the formula y2 minus y1 x2 minus x1. This formula can be used to calculate any line, any straight line on this kind of diagram. We sub those 2 points in, which is equal to f a minus f a minus h. The bottom is a minus h. We simplify it is h. This is the formula of the preceding interval. What does it work is making these points get closer and closer to the original point, but doesn't get the same as the original point. So we can change this into a limit method, which is limit h approaching 0. What does h approaching 0 means? It means that the distance between those 2 points and the x value is getting smaller and smaller, which means this point is approaching this point, but h cannot be equal to 0. And we can sub this function into this function, which is fa minus h. And at the bottom is h. This is why h cannot be equal to 0, because if it equals to 0, then this function will be undefined. Because it's approaching this original point from the left side, negative side, so we put a negative sign here. This is t equals to. This is a preceding formula. And now we do the same thing for the following interval. We can find another point called a plus h, f a plus h, and we do the same thing as this one. y2 minus y1 in this one is equals to fa plus h minus fa, and at the bottom is still h. And we change this into the limit formula. It's limit h approaching 0. This one is approaching the original point from the right side, positive side, so we put plus here. And at the bottom, it's the same. This is a following interval. Now we are going to combine those two formulas together. Because the preceding interval is approaching original point from the left side, and following interval is approaching the original point from the right side. So now we're approaching this original point from both sides. It's limit h approaching 0. Because it's from both sides, so we don't write plus or minus sign here. fa minus a minus h, and the bottom is still h. This is the RC formula using limit. RC formula. We can say that this function can be used to calculate the slope of tangent of points on this kind of function, but there are some examples that we cannot use this formula. For example, this one. This point is 0, 0. Why this cannot be used to calculate this? Why this cannot be used to calculate this? Because the idea of a tangent line is the tangent line touches the graph, touches the function, but it doesn't cross the function. At this point, 0, 0, it's a horizontal slope of tangent. The tangent line is equals to the x-axis, but we can say that the slope, the tangent line is crossing this function, so we cannot use the formula. That's all. Thank you. And